It has been a while. It has been a while. I'm sorry about that, everybody. So, what has been going on recently? Well, I haven't made any videos for you other than with the four-wheeler, but it's just been so cold outside and in the cramped space of the shed that I haven't really been fixing on it other than like providing updates for the just riding it, what I've been doing on Instagram and stuff like that. Got lights, driving, front brakes, sort of. But I do have updates. The garage. I just today put. I've been talking to a construction company, and we've got the garage in the works now. I have 60% down for the concrete slab. By the end of March, it will be done. He's out till March, but that's fine because we can't pour concrete in cold. But it's going to be done. We are on the roll. We have got the starting of that going and whatnot. So I'm rebuilding it the exact same way it was and everything, but for the walls, we're planning on 2x6s for a little extra weight, stability, insulation to be put in and stuff like that, but also trying to do a 100 amp service inside of it. Man, that is crooked. I just realized that. I'm using a cheapy Amazon stand, and I guess it shows. There we go. So that's what's going on there. 100 amp service is what he has planned in there and everything. Like I say, we're going to do the structure and cost later, but the concrete surface, though, I was telling a lot of people the price of one, the guy who did the demo work, he also does concrete, and everybody's like, good Lord, that's expensive, and they're not right. He wanted twice what this place was going to do, and this place was more professional about what was going on and everything, so what they're going to be doing and everything and stuff, but half the price of it. And I'm like, yeah, we'll go with you guys. So planning that out. The garage is going to be happening here real soon and stuff. We're going to get the construction, everything and stuff like that. I'll keep you guys updated. But what this video is also about is what is a free air McCulloch? Yeah, so if you skipped all that, free air McCulloch. Well, don't all engines just free air, take free air in? Well, that's not exactly the term. So we all know McCulloch's used a big flywheel. A big heavy flywheel, which helps with torque a bit, but it's a lot to spin up the air resistance from it and everything and whatnot to force cool past the fins and everything and whatnot, this tiny little head right here. And it was forced air cooled, which worked fine and everything, but there's a lot of companies such as Yamaha with their KT100s and even vintage ones that did not do that. Instead, they used the free air, or whatever the engine was mounted to, it would naturally cool the air going past it, like on most motorcycles and stuff like that. So what's going to be happening here? Well, instead of our tiny little head here, an engine or engine with our tiny little head, which this is the proper head for this thing. This is what scale you would get, and the fins are side to side so that you could, the air comes up, the shroud would move it across, and you get air forced over all that. That's cool and all. We're eliminating that altogether. We're going with a completely different ignition system. All right, but we'll get to that in a minute. So we're going to be going to a massive head here to help free the cooling a bit. See the difference there? That's huge. That's a huge difference there. This BM head, the bolt holes are almost identical to Mac. You just barely have to wallow them out, and it will fit on a McCulloch perfectly. All the bolts and everything, they center up. Now we're going to have this massive assembly, and guys cut them up and stuff a little bit to make it look better and stuff and fit, but this is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to have this massive head. Oh yeah, it's face tracking, so all right, we'll just deal with that. So we're going to have that here, and what we're going to do is force it. Force down. Force. Still learning to use this dang camera. Haven't used it in a bit. So what we've got going here is our massive head compared to this little one. A guy makes an adapter plate to mount this vintage Motoplate electronic ignition system. A lot of the early imports use these. And here's the rotor for the electrical. This is your magnet system, and no points, no condenser. This is your rotor. You lap that. It's very close to a McCulloch taper. You have to lap this onto the crankshaft that you want, so choose wisely. So that'll have to be lapped onto there. But this is one of the first electronic ignitions that ever came out. They were made in Spain. Made in Spain. And they are directional of which direction it has to rotate. So this is the correct one. So it's literally, you lap this on, you put it on. This bolts to the adapter plate. All right. It just bolts to the adapter plate, and then this just bolts to the side of the engine. Just like that. So that's driven by the crank. Your coil, because it's just 2 wires, it doesn't pick up off of a flywheel. You can mount your coil anywhere you want. So that's the good part about it. You have your 2 wires that you hook into your coil, and you're set. So where to mount this? Not 100% sure, but hopefully the thumbnail picture gave a better idea of what's going on with that. But yeah, we're getting rid of, like I say, this clunky side cover and everything and whatnot. That's going to be gone. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the points and everything, but this is getting rid of some stuff here and everything, points and stuff. I was told you go with the electronic ignition chip, and I'm like, I want to get rid of that bulky big flywheel. That's what I'm trying to do. So these were paired together. They were on eBay. They were paired together and said to be working, so we're going to go with that, hopefully. But that adapter right there, he machined, has a bearing in it and a seal. Asked him what the seal number was, and he didn't get back to me, so he's got to refigure that out. But I may have to pull that bearing or something. But yeah, it has a good fit into the block here, tight fit and everything, so you'll have to be careful on that. You can also change your timing with these, because when bolted up, you have this whole entire area right here. This is your adjustment areas. Well, you get this right here to ding with. Looks like somebody wallowed it out to help out a little bit, get more timing, but you can get more timing out of it and everything. So it's going to take a little bit of time, no pun intended, when I get this set up and everything, but all in all, it should work. Like I say, getting the timing and clocking this is what is going to be the key and everything. I mean, there's bolt holes here. This, like I say, all bolts in. This bolt's just standard to the block and everything. This is your wire spot out. I may have to take a little bit out of it and stuff to get the wire to smush properly. But other than that, I mean, I don't see this beautiful machine work. I don't see it should be too much hard to set up. There's no instructions, but find out where top dead center is, find out where that is, where this is supposed to ignite and stuff, and so on and so forth. It's going to be a little bit of a trial and error process, but use the original McCulloch nut to hook this on and everything, and there's a special puller to pull this off. And so yeah, there's a lot going on here, but this is nothing new in the kart world. It's just something you don't really see talked about done to McCullochs. But when I was talking to some guys about it, like the one guy got this and everything I was interested in, he said, do it to a 90 series. I've never done it to a 101. I'm like, they bowl up the same. I can't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, this head and these setups come off of 135 cc's. I don't see why it wouldn't work and bolt up perfectly. I mean, so it's going to be a bit of a learning curve on that, how to get it. I mean, technically, you hook this up, anywhere in the rotation, it'll get spark. It's just where does the spark land? So that's where you got to find out where is the spark happening, at what point and stuff, the timing marks, and then adjust for that. And, maybe get a timing light, get everything hooked up and whatnot, got to get a piston in or something like that and get a timing light and hook it up, like I said, and then we can find, and you make your marks, and you could get a timing light. Like 26 degrees should be plenty good. As far as what am I going to put this in, I don't know yet. I've thought about just going straight out and making as much of a 3D printed body as possible. Like, this is a chunk of a head right here. It's heavy as it is, but I mean, could you really do it out of a whole 3D printed body? 3D printing is absolutely just exploded in a very good way when it comes to the world of, in chainsaws and stuff like that, reproduction parts and everything. And I know there's a lot of people out there and purists that are like, oh yeah, you need to use authentic 100% chainsaw parts and everything and stuff. But it's drying up, guys, and So I'm not above using 3D printed parts for stuff, and this is going to be a full custom setup. I mean, it'd be nice to find a kart engine to put it into, but you can't let them idle long because they heat up. You got to keep them moving, and in a racing saw, you're running what, 45 seconds, wide open, maybe at tops. So you got your warm up and then go. Yeah, see, I didn't even see it. Yeah, like I said, big bulky flywheel here that you got to turn and stuff like that, and oh yeah, the engine turns and stuff. And there's a little bit of mass there, but want to get rid of that altogether. Guys have done it. They've sent me pictures of their builds and what they've done to their Macs and everything. Shaved the heads down. I mean, it's really, really cool, but not very talked about. So, like I say, I'm making videos on trying to, for updates and everything of future projects and stuff and whatnot going on. Like I said, I don't have a garage build being yet, but the plan is to figure that out. But I'm going to be having 220 put in there, 100 amp service. So it'll be able to actually run as much as what my house is. But I have a mini lathe on the way from China. I've had the tracking number provided. It's in transit. I got it for half price of if you bought one in the States. So, oh man, that needs really zoomed in. Can I zoom in? Can I zoom in? Can we zoom in? No. Okay, whatever. So, but that's what's going on right now and everything. That I want to get a TIG welder, a decent, a decent compressor in there to run a plasma. I'm still collecting saws. I'm not going to collect as many. I'm going to go for more of the rare, the more popular known ones and stuff like that. I love all small engines that I know of and whatnot. Get more into like dirt bikes and the motorcycles, the vintage ones and stuff like that. I've always had a soft spot for small engines, the dirt bikes and stuff. I did recently, and I haven't done a video on it, but I've shown, I did get a 1974 Indian ME100 with the original certificate of ownership or whatever, certificate of authenticity, there you go. So it has never been titled, but I can still title it and everything to ride it on the road. So what do I know about it? It has compression. That's it. Bought off a coworker. He got it when he was 15, and it's been sitting for 11 years, and it's always been a local bike and everything. So more on that. It's sitting in storage. Like I said, I didn't want to leave it out here or anything like that. We're going to have that to do in the future. We've got other saws. Like I said, I've updated my Instagram and everything like that with those. I'll be talking more about those later on. It's a 185 gear drive because I lost one of those and I absolutely adored it and everything. That was like one of my favorite gear drives. I've got a 5-10G gear drive. And then I also have out there a very stiff, semi-locked up, if you will, 895 that I also got off of eBay. So like I say, hopefully here soon we can get everything going. Those people who have asked, hey, do you want a saw? Hey, I will donate to the cause. Hey, this and that. I will be happy to be taking those here soon in the future. Why is this thing being all dumb? The crookedness is bothering the hell out of me. Sorry, guys. I guess it's just dumb me. I guess my head's on crooked. I don't know. Cheap Amazon stand. But, so, is what it is with that. We've got a lot to happen. We just got to get the space to happen. And like I said, we're getting the ball in motion and everything. We're waiting for the weather to cooperate, warm up and stuff like that. Can't pour concrete in, cold and everything. Today it's going to be a balmy 63 degrees outside. And it's a Monday. So, but the rest of the week is going to be in the 30s. We're going to go back to that and everything. So it's like, all right, whatever. But we're getting stuff in motion. I just wanted to start. I needed to make a video for you all, start talking about that, what is going on and everything, future projects and everything. Like I say, thanks for people who have stayed, everything and whatnot. I haven't seen a decrease in subscribers. We've had just a very few here and there, which I can understand why I'm not getting a lot. But it's time to get you a video. It's time to keep going here and whatnot, and everything. Winter's kept me definitely inside and not out in the shed and everything. But the shed was just so cramped and everything. Making a video in there was just exhausting. Like to work around it and everything and stuff. So, but free air McCulloch. So it's not something you see often. It's not something that's really talked about. But I'm pretty sure if not under a load, it will scatter parts quick. The plan is to go billet rod and stuff like that. I need to find a good crankshaft for it. Those are hard to come by, it seems like, but I have one sitting out there, the Super Pro 125, and the timing on it, like I said, doesn't really matter as much and everything. I can time that when I get everything put together, so it's a good one. It may be the contender for this project. I've done it before and we'll do it again. Super Pro 125 101B, I have all the parts for it and 2 other saws to get them sent off to get restored. I will not be restoring a lot of my saws. I will have somebody else be doing it. He is a professional. He is awesome, and I will talk more about that later. I've seen his work. It is just beyond beautiful and amazing. You don't ever want to use the chainsaw after you do that. I'm not that guy. I'm still going to use the saw. I'm going to love it, worship it, cherish it, and everything. I also have a 101 that was fully restored and everything sitting on my shelf out there. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I have the idea of putting it into a saw body of sorts, either a racing saw or put it into a 700 series. If I could find one with an auto oiler body, put a sloped intake on it and just run it as is, because it is absolutely freaking beautiful of an engine and everything. I love, love, love that thing. It's just immaculate. But I'm rambling. I got to get ready for work. Yes, this is a pre-work video and everything. Like I say, not begging, not doing anything like this. Still hobby. I'm not going to make this an obligation. I see a lot of YouTubers out there starting to struggle and everything that I watch from revival videos, having a hard time keep going and everything and whatnot. I do this because I want to meet good people like you and everything, try to make it to events. You see me, I see you and everything. We can run saws, talk about it, BS all day, small engines, you name it. I love it and everything like that. But anyways, all I want to say is thanks for watching, everybody. Please do me a favor. Please keep liking, comments, subscribing. I do read the comments when I get a chance when they show me. There's a lot of comments that they're not putting up and I have to go and review them and everything and stuff and whatnot. So there have been people that have been requesting oddball ends and stuff like that and everything. So I will try to start doing shorts videos on the oddball stuff. Like somebody asked me, where'd you route this? How'd you route this? I'll see if I can make a video on doing those kinds of things also. But anyways, gotta say, thanks for watching, and y'all stay safe, all right? It's 2025, stay safe. A lot of cosmic events going. I love outer space stuff and everything. The planets are lining up and stuff like that and whatnot, and meteor showers and stuff. I just love it. And also, we've got the motorcycle outside too, which that'll probably, like I say, I probably more off-camera work on that. The wife's gonna love it when I take the front forks off of it and reseal them up. But I got to put it on the center stand, and so far, motorcycle 1, me 0 on that. That is a pain in the ass. There's no reason that bike should be that heavy. I'm going to need a second person to help push it onto that. Once it's on center stand, it's staying there, and that's at the end until I'm ready to ride. But anyway, I'm rambling. Till then, thanks for watching, everybody.